Guys, today we are back in Steal A Brainrot, and if you guys saw my last video, we talked about some potential leaks for the upcoming update this weekend. Well, I actually have a ton of new information directly from the developer and the owner. And we also have some mock-ups of what some of that new stuff might look like, so let's get straight into it. So as you can see on the screen here, this is the event listing for the update coming this week on Saturday, July 5th. Now, guys, I don't know if this is the July 4th event, but that should be coming tomorrow if that is still happening. Remember from last video, the developer put in the game that the July 4th event was going to be happening. I think it's probably going to end up being this update, but honestly, who knows? But anyways, let's go through what we got. So as we saw in the game already, the candy mutation. Now we actually have some more information on what that's going to look like. So there's going to be an hourly candy aura, which will give some Brainrots a candy mutation as well as an hourly candy wheel. So because it's hourly, this is actually going to be different from some of the rest because this will actually be on a timer. Every hour, you can get candy mutated Brainrots. That's actually really sick. You know when you're going to get them. You just don't know how many or like what level they'll be. So that's going to be really sick. I wonder what the multiplier on that is. Maybe going to be like 5x or something. Who knows? Rainbow is 10x, so candy could be more than that at 15, but I honestly think it's probably going to be less than Rainbow. Obviously, I'll be looking forward to the hourly candy wheel as well. That wheel is so fun, but I never get anything good, but I am looking forward to that. We also have 5 new Brainrots. Bandito Babrito, that is rare. We have Leonel Cactuselli, which is a lion slash cactus. Cabio Virtuoso, which is the horse piano. Now, I actually have mock-ups for all these, as well as an image directly from the leaks channel in the Discord. We also have 2 secrets. Again, guys, I think one of these is going to be the Gara Rara Ram, whatever, however you say it. I think that's definitely going to be one of the secret. The other one, though, I actually don't know. I don't know what the other secret is going to be. They are clearly saving that. Then we also have VC servers, so VC-only servers. That's cool. I don't really use the voice chat, but for people that do, that is a really, really cool addition. We also have 2 new traits. We have Fireworks and Zombie. Fireworks is obviously for July 4th. And then Zombie, I'm actually really excited about. I don't think either of these sound like they're going to be higher than the Neon multiplier, which I believe is like 6x or something like that. And then we apparently also have some secret events to stay tuned for. Now, I think that could be happening throughout the week. I honestly don't know. It looks like we have until Monday, July 7th. So 2 days worth of events. Obviously, the update should last all week. I'm looking forward to this, though. I'm very much looking forward to this, but let's get into some of the images we have for this upcoming update. All right, guys, so here we have the Cabio or the Cabio Virtuoso. How do you say it? Cabio, I think. And this is the horse piano hybrid. This is directly from the leak server of the Steal A Brainrot Discord. This one actually looks fire. This one is going to be a mythic, right? Yes, this one will be a mythical. So this one I'm actually really excited for. I did not expect this one to be the mythical. I honestly thought this would be the legendary and then the other one would be the mythical. But the legendary is the Leonel Cactuselli. Now, I made a mock-up of what this might look like. I think it'll probably be different in the final update, but this is just like what I imagine it will look like. I'm honestly excited for this one. I think this will be really, really cool. I'm honestly surprised this one isn't a secret. I really thought that this one would be a secret. I don't know how much money this is going to be. It's probably not even going to be a lot at all, but it will still be cool. I think the design overall. And then obviously if you get some traits, you know, some modifiers and some mutations on it, it could be really insane. But speaking of secrets, I want to show you guys something that I showed everybody in the last video. And that is actually this photo of what I believe the Gararawa Ram will look like. Now, this is the 2-in-1 Brainrot combo. If you guys saw my last video, there was a message from the owner while we were playing the game that the hint for the new upcoming secret was actually 2-in-1. Now, I thought that might mean it was going to be a combination, but I actually think it's 2-in-1 because there are literally 2-in-1 Brainrots. I definitely think that this is coming this week. If this doesn't happen, I would be so surprised, but honestly, I'd be kind of happy because I do want 2 different secrets that I don't know about. I think that would be the best case scenario, but obviously, if these guys happen, I think we could see some crazy numbers, maybe even more than the Legrande. Like, we could literally be getting double incomes from both of these guys, and especially if they get mutated, I wonder if they could be mutated like half and half. One could be diamond and gold, or one could be rainbow, and then the other one could be diamond, or one could be candy. I honestly don't know, but we could get some insane multipliers with some insane base values on this, and then of course we could get the traits on it too. I think this could be absolutely an insane secret, but we'll just have to find out when the day finally arrives on Saturday. Now, speaking of traits, I also made a mock-up of what a Legrande might look like with the zombie trait on it. Now, I don't know if they're going to put that much effort into the overall design of the trait. If I'm being honest, it'll probably be exactly the same, maybe with like a particle effect on it and just a symbol above the name. But I think it would be really cool if they made it look like an actual zombie, because we could get an insane amount of new zombie Brainrots, but I think it would just be too many to do. Like, they'd have to do it for every single one, because you can get a trait on every single one, and then of course you'd have to make it rainbow and gold and diamond. So I don't know if they're gonna look like this, but I think it would be really cool, and I love this mock-up design. Now, of course, the other trait is fireworks, but I think that's probably just going to be some sort of active particle effects. Like, they're probably going to shoot fireworks out of them. That's going to be super easy to do. That doesn't change the overall design at all. I think the zombie one could be actually a pretty decent modifier. Again, I don't think anything's going to be better than the neon, because like, honestly, being a zombie probably would not increase your money by a lot, but I think it could be somewhere in the middle of the trait. I think it'll likely be ahead of Taco. Honestly, I think both of the new traits will probably be ahead of Taco in terms of overall money. It's not too much of a booster, but I am definitely looking forward to it. Honestly, I think the fireworks will probably look something like the banana particle effect here, or the neon cat like particle effects like that. Honestly, even the Chalalero Chalala, like, those kind of already look like smoke fireworks. Honestly, I could definitely see it looking like that. Maybe even more like the Giraffe over here, which is actually colored. I could definitely see it looking like that. But now, guys, this also confirms that the candy mutation will be a solo mutation. I don't think we're going to be able to mix it with the rainbow or the gold or the diamond or any other mutations. You'll definitely be able to mix traits. Like, you'll be able to get other traits on it, but I definitely don't think it's going to be a hybrid mutation. But that's honestly okay, because I have high hopes that the candy mutation will be higher than rainbow. But honestly, who knows? Rainbow's like insanely goated. And then I'm going to assume that this is going to be pretty much all the same. I think the 2x server luck isn't going to change. I'm sure the money truck won't change in the 2 monies here. The rainbow slab could be different though. We could be seeing some new rebirth stuff. Although now that I think about it, in the listing for the event, it did not say anything about any upgraded rebirths. They might not add a rebirth this week. They might do it sometime throughout the week. Maybe that was part of the secret events that we were supposed to stay tuned for. But now that I think about it, they did not put that. And I have not heard anything about new gear or any new rebirth or anything. But honestly, that's okay, because they did add the index stuff last time, so you could actually fill up your index and you could get more base multi to your base. I will say though, as soon as they start adding more rebirths, the cash multi is going to be absolutely insane. At some point, we're going to get to like 15, 20x. It's going to be absolutely insane. I'm really looking forward to this update. I think they're adding a ton of cool stuff. I'm really excited to see if they do a different design for the zombie trait. But again, I don't know if it's going to be anything more than just an icon above their head and a cash multiplier, but we'll just have to see. Okay, guys, I actually ended the video a while ago, but then I realized as I was editing that we didn't talk about the potential secret events that were listed at the bottom of the event page. Now, I obviously don't know exactly what these special events are going to be, but I think that they'll likely have something to do with the new traits. Maybe, just maybe, we could see a zombie apocalypse or like a fireworks show. Just like they said they're gonna do like the candy aura, and if you remember like Taco Tuesday and everything like that, they obviously had these like little events for like heightened traits. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what that's gonna be. It could also be like last week. If you remember, there was an event with a schedule that had special guests, and those special guests ended up being like Brainrot gods and secrets. So those very well could be the upcoming secret events that are listed. It could be very, very similar to last week with like an event schedule with specific trait events as well as new Brainrots. But I honestly think that is referring to a potential zombie apocalypse and fireworks shows. I don't think they're only going to happen once. I definitely think they could happen multiple times, but I think that's when we're going to have like heightened chances of getting the zombie modifier as well as the firework modifier. I think it makes the most sense. Otherwise, it would be like super random to just put a zombie trait and a firework trait in there. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Give me your best predictions as to what this upcoming update is going to feature and what those special events might be. But guys, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.